Okay, my apologies. We got a head start. Thanks, Shane. Shane, do I want to use an open or closed circle around -8? Good. And is y bigger or smaller? Good. So we shade to the left. So I apologize for not starting that lesson on time. We're recording it, but one important thing that we mentioned is that since we have variables on both sides, that was not something we had to deal with yesterday. When you have variables on both sides, if you move the variable to the positive side, like I mentioned last chapter, you won't have to flip the inequality symbol. But if you move it to the negative side, so instead of writing 5y, you wrote it on the other side as -5y, you would have to flip the inequality symbol. So you can actually get away with not flipping the sign very often with this homework. Let's move on to the next one. Distribute the 2. Jimmy, what's 2 times 6 and 2 times 4x? Good. I was writing as you were saying. So I get 12 minus 8x. Ooh, this is going to be all or no solutions, right? No, why not, Xander?
Because the x's are negative and positive.
Correct. They have to be the same on both sides. They are not. So what happens then is I end up adding 8x to this side because, again, I want to keep my variable positive. So instead of being negative 16x on the right side, it's a positive 16x on the left side. And if I move my variable to the left side, I should then move my constant. And yes, these are going to cancel out, which happens, and you get 0. But the x's didn't cancel out, so this isn't no solution. I just have to finish it. I have to divide by what, Alex? Good. And Alex, what is 0 divided by 16? It is 0. So x is greater than or equal to 0. Brady.
So I've noticed like that where it says like you said it would be useless and it's not listed negative.
Yes. Yep. That's a good pattern to pick up. That's right. Brady, is this going to be an open or closed circle around 0? Okay. And is x bigger or smaller? Bigger. Shade to the right because x is bigger. Sign's opening up towards the x, so it says x is bigger. Okay. Example C. Hey, we might finish this. We'll see. I'm like powering through it. They're going to watch the video and be like, is he on 1.5 speed? No, he's just on Mr. Bright speed. Yeah. That's right. All right, on the left side, nothing's happening. On the right side, we're going to distribute what number, Christian? Yes, Christian, -5, not 5, but -5. Thank you. So it's -5. So that's going to give us 7. And then Christian, what's -5 times x? -5 times x. Sorry, we're on Christian speed right now. -5x, and then -5 times -5. All right. So now we combine our like terms. 32 minus 5x. Still nothing to do on that side. On this side, Carter, I've got 7 and 25. What's that combined to? It would be 32. So is this one where the variables are going to cancel out? Yes. Yes, it is. I don't like the lack of emotion from you. Like I have nothing. I asked a question and everyone's staring down through the screen. Yes, you got -5x and -5x. So if I add 5x to both sides, the x's eliminate themselves and you're left with this. 32 is greater than or equal to 32. So if your variable cancels out, you're either left with something that's true or something that's false. Is 32 greater than or equal to 32?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. So then the answer is infinitely, I'm just going to put many. Let's go. Infinitely many solutions. Now, how do you think you graph that on number line? What do you think you do, Lizzie?
Just put a closed circle around 32.
Nope, not around 32. The answer is not 32. The answer is many solutions. 32 is just happened to be what I got.
Oh, I got it.
What do I do, Shane? Everything gets shaded, the entire number line, because every number you could possibly think of in your life, and even the ones you don't want to think of, they all work. Okay? Yes, like -3 times the square root of 412. So if it's many solutions, we shade the entire number line. All right, example D. Am I going too fast? Shade the whole number line. Okay. Distribute. Let's go hyperspeed. Deegan, what's -2 times y and -2 times -12? Hyperspeed. Let's go.
-2y plus
24. All right. Good job. Julia, what about -5 times y and -5 times 2?
-5y minus 10.
Good job. Yeah, remember, it's not just a 5, it's a -5 that we're distributing. On the other side, we can combine those terms. -9y and 4y have different signs. So what do you get when you combine them, Sky? That's right. Is this one that's going to be no solutions or infinitely many because we got -5y's on both sides? No, because I have to combine first. Actually, on the other side, I don't have -5y. I have -7y. What's 24 minus 10? 14 plus 14 is greater than -5y. You can add 7y to both sides to get 14 is less than 2y. And then we can divide by 2. And Jace, what do you get when you divide both sides by 2?
7.
That's right. Be careful not to write this. It's really easy with working at equations. You just like automatically flip it around in your head. Oops, 7. Sorry, Jace said 7. Don't write that because you flipped it around. You need to write it like this. And then if you want to flip it around, you can, but then you have to flip the sign with it so that it's always opening up towards the y in this case. Again, we said yesterday, I don't need that answer. I can still graph it like that. Is y bigger or smaller? Bigger, so I shaded it right. Open or close circle around 7? Open. All right. Xander.
So, for it's infinitely many solutions, you do the whole graph. What would you do if there's no solution?
Interesting that you asked about this one. Let's look at example E. Do you think I'd leave you on a cliffhanger like that?
Yes, I do, because it's on here.
Well, it is from the Algebra 1 textbook. You're welcome. Lucy, what's -2 times 9x? Good. And Lucy, what's -2 times 3? Good. -4x is greater than or equal to. And then here I don't have anything in front of the parentheses except a negative sign. So Chloe, what do I get when I distribute negative to 12x? Good. And what happens when I distribute the negative to the -9? Good. Combine your like terms on the left side of the equation. And I know I'm going fast. I've got -18x and -4x, which makes -22x.
Uh-oh.
And on the right side, I've got -10x and -12x, which makes -22x. Also, plus 9. The -22x's are going to cancel out because if I add 22x, both sides are gone. And I'm left with 2 numbers that aren't the same. But actually, I still have to go ahead and check because this isn't an equal sign between them. It's an inequality symbol between them. So even though the numbers aren't the same, it could still be infinitely many solutions if the statement's true. I never once said that you had to have the same number on both sides. I asked you, is it true or not? Is -6 greater than or equal to +9?
No.
Okay, it's not. So the answer is no solution, not -6 or +9. That's not the answer is no solution. And so I leave my number line ungraphed.
Okay.
Last one. We are going to finish it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
We're gonna do it.
-2 times 1. -2. -2 times 2y.
-4y.
-4 times y. -4 times -7. +28 is less than -10y. Plus, we could just, you're right, we could just simplify it. What's -10 plus 2y? -8y plus 26. We can simplify the other side. -4y, -4y makes -8y. -2 and 28 makes
-30.
+26. Thank you. okay, is less than negative 8y plus 26. Are our variables going to cancel out here? Yes, they are, because if I add 8y to both sides, they are now gone, and I'm left with 26 is less than 26. Is that true? No. This is not, this is where I told you there was a little bit of new in this lesson. This is it. It's not, is the number the same on both sides? Last chapter that would have worked, because last chapter we had equal signs. Now it's, is the statement true or not? In fact, it was always, is the statement true or false? Is 26 less than 26? So it's no solution. And what do I shade? Nothing. Oh, look at that timing. It's impeccable. This homework's due, what is today, Wednesday? This homework's due Friday. Don't forget the rest of your 4.4 from yesterday is due
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I realized that I didn't remember number 23 because I never did it. I hadn't finished it.
Ah, gotcha.